breaking out, I'm breaking in. I just can't help this state I'm in. I'm on my way, y'all. So put your shades on, this light's so bright, it's blinding. I'm radiating love, I'm radiating love, I'm radiating love. Breaking free, I'm breaking ground. I can't explain this thing I found. The clouds have moved on, I got my groove on. This pep in my steps infectious. I'm radiating love, I'm radiating love, I'm radiating love. I've been stuck in a rut, I've been shit out of luck. I've been wondering what is up with me. And then I realize it's up to me to decide. I can just be radiating love. I'm 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 radiating love.
Okay, let's take it from the top, you guys.
Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Everybody's talking about baggism, staggism, dragism, madism, ragism, tagism, this-ism, that-ism, ism. All we are saying is give peace a chance. All we are saying is give peace a chance.
Come on, everybody's talking about ministers, sinisters, banisters and canisters, bishops and bishops, rabbis and Popeyes, bye-bye, bye-bye.
All we are saying is give peace a chance. All we are saying is give peace a chance. Let me tell you now, Reverend Mike talking about revolution, evolution, masturbation, flagellation, regulation, integration, medication, United Nations, congratulations. All we are saying is give peace a chance. All we are saying is give peace a chance.
Everybody now.
Everybody's talking about Johnny Yoko,
Timmy Lee,
Rosemary,
Tommy's mother,
Bobby Dylan, Tommy Cooper, Derek Taylor, Norman Mailer, Alan Ginsberg, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. All we are saying is give peace a chance. All we are saying is give peace a chance. All we are saying is give peace a chance. All we are saying is give peace a chance.
is give peace a chance. And all we are saying is give peace a chance.
All we are saying is give peace a chance. All we are saying is give peace a chance.
Ah, so great. That was Kimmy Kent, scuba diver, Dropout Vegas and Friends. I love that. Dropout Vegas is that guy's name. And Friends, Give a Peace a Chance, John Lennon's great song. And that's what we're talking about today, giving peace a chance. But first, I want to make sure I welcome you all to the New Thought Spiritual Center Sunday celebration. I'm the Reverend Jay Willick. I am the senior minister here, and so happy that you have brought your consciousness, your energy into this online celebration. You know, you are an irresistible magnet right here, right now. Nothing has to be added. You have the power right now to attract unto yourself everything that you desire. And peace of mind, peace in our nation, peace in our hearts is one of those things that I know each and every one of us desires. So we're going to work on bringing that into our lives right here, right now, maybe completely, maybe a little more, but that's what this Sunday celebration is about. You know, tomorrow is the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Day. President Ronald Reagan signed that holiday into the law in 1983, and finally, by the year 2000, it was officially observed in all 50 states. And today, I want to highlight Dr. King's dedication to nonviolent activism, protesting injustice with a call for peace and unity right now, oneness and prosperity for each and every one of us. Dr. King was influenced by, of course, Yeshua, because he was a Christian minister, Mahatma Gandhi, Dr. Howard Thurman, who we've used a lot of his quotes and his work in our work, and others. And Dr. King knew that the power of peace is what could move the unmovable, what could teach those who seem to us unteachable, and to bring light where there is darkness. And of course, then change the nation and the world, which is what he and all who supported him really did. They changed the world, they changed this nation in a large extent, especially in its laws, but they also changed the world much like Gandhi did. This morning, we'll be diving into peace in our hearts. That's today's title. Along with Reverends Gary and Barbara, we will explore the themes that creates peace in our lives. And first, I want to begin with the idea of unity and awareness. And I want to bring back the Lighting the Flames of Faith video. Watch this.
We perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all peoples and all faiths, all sentient beings come from the one great universal presence, which we call Spirit. Fundamental to this truth is the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here today. We light the first candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the second candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. The third candle we light for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. The fifth candle is lit for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. The sixth candle is lit for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love and the Christ consciousness that is in each and every one of us. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of compliance with the will of God as the highest calling. And the eighth candle we light for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity, peace, and justice. We light the ninth candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. This 10th candle we light for all those who are yet unaware of the power and presence of Spirit in their lives, and for the space that we are holding for them at this center, and for any religions or philosophies unnamed in this ceremony. The final candle is the healing light. At this time, please place into your heart the name of a beloved, an organization, an idea that requires the healing light of Spirit.
Power goes out to each and every one of us through our hearts to those that we speak in our hearts, bringing healing light, bringing healing love. We take a deep breath. We let it out. And so it is, my friends. You know, we are bigger than any occurrence or condition or any low vibrational frequencies that show up, like division, doubt, fear, or stress. We live in a field of infinite possibilities that reacts to our thoughts, feelings, and beliefs, right? I say that in some way pretty much every week. But I want to ask you to look at what energy or vibration you're in, that you're giving out. What energy, vibration do you want to be in if it's different from that which you are surrounded by now? And by surrounded by, I don't mean the divine love that is, of course, out there and surrounding you and within you, but that which you are awakened to, which you are perceiving life to be. And I know when crazy things happen in our nation, in our world, it does affect us, of course, and can affect our vibration to the degree that we allow it. Our optimal job is to, of course, turn away from the reaction of what is not peaceful and step into intention and creation of what is peaceful, what we decide is peaceful. Are you ready to let go of fear? Are you ready to let go of anger and uncertainty and step into clarity, into your understanding of life, into your certainty of divine love, into your inner and mental and heartfelt peace? See, we can be the light in the darkness by switching on the God switch. The God switch, you know, it's always there. That power, of course, is within, right? But we have to switch it on in order to intentionally have it in our lives. It's always there. It's always ready. But we get in the way, you know, our bloated nothingness, as it is said, or our ego when we're edging God out. We can be the light in the darkness. So how do you start your day? In mind, body, and spirit, in soul? What are your thoughts and feelings? What are your spiritual practice? What is the food that you bring in? How do you start your day? with a meditation, with the affirmative incantation. And then how do you end your day? How do you sleep? What ideas in your mind is going on as you sleep? What do you put in there? See, peace out there starts with peace in here. And through our unity with the one and our awareness and our awakening with our highest self, we not only bring peace in our hearts, but we become an example to others. A not only example walking around, but a vibrational example, an energetic example. And we raise the vibration throughout the world. So let's start with our bodies. Being mindful of our bodies is essential to the expression of our attitude and our perspectives and our perceptions. And then, of course, thusly, our beliefs and our experiences. So when you walk around, are you collapsed? Are your shoulders slumped and your spine contracted? Are you allowing that to happen? And if you can, are you not like this? Are you not lifting up, doing your Wonder Woman pose? Remember the Wonder Woman pose or the Superman pose? That actually changes what's going on, the cells, the way the nerves are snapping each other. It changes when you're in that pose, that power pose, they call it too. Are you doing those? Are you doing your deep breath work, releasing, refreshing, rebooting everything by doing some breath work? And it only takes 5, 10, 15 seconds actually to do some breath work to reset you for the next hour or so. That spiritual practice, whether it's the 20-minute meditation, the 3 to 5 minute spiritual mind treatment or affirmative prayer, or the 10, 15-second breath work, that all comes together to reveal the light that is in you, and thus the light that enters the world and beyond. When we focus on what we want to expand through our language and our communication to ourselves, that self-talk, that's powerful. Choose yours. It's not what you don't want, remember. It's what you want. You want peace? Great. That's what you want. You don't want other things to stop that aren't peace. You want peace. We don't want to bring our focus or our power to the idea of what we don't want. Remember what Carl Jung said, what you resist persists. So do not resist the negative. Reframe it. Reframe it to surrender to the positive. Now, this is not just about good or bad, but that we declare that we're going to reveal in our life or the life of our nation, let's say right now, peace. I also want to remind you to plug in what nourishes you, what spiritual practice, this community or other communities, your book club, etc. Self-care, mentally and physically. Make sure you step into that. Make sure you, this week, look at that again. What foods are you bringing into your life? Are they nourishing? Are you nourishing your soul? Are you varying the input of music and what you read and what you watch and what you listen to? Are you moving your body? You know, because motion creates emotion, and emotion creates attitude and perception and perspective. And all those get put together with thoughts and feelings and bring into your life. That's that which you deeply believe. That's what's showing up in your experience. So is yours on strife or fear? Or is it on peace, health, and prosperity? I want to read you a quote by Mahatma Gandhi. And he wrote, there is an indefinable, no, there is an indefinable, wow, there's a great word. There is an indefinable, mysterious power that pervades everything. I feel it, though I do not see it.
It is this unseen power which makes itself felt and yet defies all proof because it is so unlike all that I perceive through my senses. It transcends the senses, but it is possible to reason out the existence of God to a limited extent. Even in ordinary affairs, we know that people do not know who rules or why and how it rules, meaning the divine. And yet they know that there is a power that certainly rules. And that power is in each and every one of us. I'm going to ring the bell now to step into our sacred space, and then we'll step into a spiritual mind treatment. So join me in this moment as I ring the bell. And let's take a deep breath together. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Let it out through your mouth. Let's do that again one more time. Hold it. 3, 2, 1. Let it out. Maybe this third time, let's do a yawn together. Open our mouths wide and let it out. Close your eyes if it's comfortable for you. And let us know together this truth. The light of God surrounds you. The love of God enfolds you. The power of the divine protects you, and the presence watches over you. The mind of intelligence guides you. The life of the universe focuses and flows through you. The laws of spirit direct you, and the power of manifesting abides within you. The joy and the communion of spirit uplifts you here and now as the strength of the energy of creation renews you, refreshes you, reboots you, brings you to that factory setting of love and peace. The beauty of nature inspires you. The peace of God surrounds you. And wherever you are, love, light, beauty, power, joy, wisdom, God is. And all is well. And now we know in this moment that we are aware of our body, mind, and heart, and our unity with the highest consciousness, the highest vibration, the divine love and intelligence in the universe. We do not speak positive thinking, though it is positive. We do not speak even optimized thinking, though it is optimal. In this moment, we speak the highest possible thinking, that of vibrating at the speed of the divine, revealing that divinity in our body, mind, and heart, in our experiences, in our spirit, in the vibrations from our body, the energies of our heart. We align with our highest through nutrition, through movement, through spiritual practice, tapping into that space with gratitude. Here and now, I bring peace and harmony into each and every heart, mind, and body right now. Mine, yours, ours, our nation, our world. And so it is. And now I'd like to introduce Reverend Barbara Altman, who has a song for us.
Good morning. Happy peace-filled Sunday. As Jay said, peace out there starts with peace in here. And if we center ourselves in that divine, in the love and peace that always and eternally lives within us, we are then centers of peace, points of peace in our world. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "It really boils down to this, that all life is interrelated. We are all caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied into a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one destiny affects all indirectly. Is it getting better? Or do you feel the same? Will it make it easier on you now? You got someone to blame. You say, one love, one life, but it's one need in the night. One love, you get to share it. It leaves you, baby, if you don't care for it. Did I disappoint you or leave a bad taste in your mouth? You act like you never had love, and you want me to go without. Well, it's too late tonight to drag the past out into the light. We're one, but we're not the same. We get to carry each other, carry each other. One, one. Have you come here for forgiveness? Have you come to raise the dead? Have you come here to play Jesus to the lepers in your head? Did I ask too much, more than a lot? You gave me nothing, now it's all that I got. One, but we're not the same. Well, we hurt each other, then we do it again. You say, love is a temple, love the higher law. Love is a temple, love the higher law. You ask me to enter, but then you make me crawl, and I can't keep holding on to what you got, when all you've got is hurt. One love, one blood, one life. You've got to do what you should. One life with each other, sisters, brothers. One life, but we're not the same. We get to carry each other, carry each other. One, one life, but we're not the same. We get to carry each other, carry each other. One, one.
One. Now that brings us to our next theme, which is integrity and courage. I like to start with a Dr. King quote. And he wrote, cowardice ask the question, is it safe? Expediency asks the question, is it politic? Vanity asks the question, is it popular? But conscience asks the question, is it right? And there comes a time when one must take a position that is neither safe, nor politic, nor popular, but one must make it because one's conscience tells one that it is right. Courage is the ability to do what is in your heart. It comes from the Latin word cor, meaning heart and spirit. We open our hearts to trust the inner wisdom, to trust with integrity and courageousness that we shall stand on principle. Here are our statement of principles from the New Thought Spiritual Center. The principles we abide by. Our 2021 theme is awareness. And this month, January, our theme is Believe It.
Our purpose is to reveal the divinity in you by awakening our heart, mind, and imagination to the universal creative force within. Our vision is to vibrate at the speed of the divine, experiencing our best self by being a clear, luminous, and dynamic force for good, with love always being the answer. And our mission, to use the principles and tools of the science of mind and spirit, new thought, neuroscience, and ancient wisdom to bust through, soar, and zoom into our greatest life, sharing that gift with all.
Did I say awareness? I meant awakening. I was balancing, playing with those two words for our 2021 theme, and I came up with the decision to use awakening, but awareness is still in my head to be aware of. So be aware of your awakening. But our theme right now is believing. Believing. Gandhi said, is this power, he asked actually, is this power benevolent or malevolent? And he, of course, was talking about the creative power, the universal power, and the divine power. And he goes on to say, I see it as a purely benevolent, for I can see that in the midst of death, life persists. In the midst of truth, truth persists. In the midst of darkness, light persists. Hence, I gather that God is life, truth, light, love, the supreme good, not merely satisfying the intellect, but ruling the heart and transforming it, expressing in every smallest act. This can only be done through a definite realization, more real than the five senses can ever produce. Before we get to the next song, I want to highlight our purpose statement for the month, our principle for the month, which is our purpose statement, reveal the divinity in you. That is the purpose of the New Thought Spiritual Center, and at least one of the purposes in my life, and I trust your life as well. Reveal the divinity in you. Next, a little more from Reverend Barbara. Don't dream it's over. Watch.
Never see the end of the road while you're traveling with me.
passions are causing me suspicion, but there's no proof. In the paper today, tells a war and a waste, but you turn right over to the TV page. Hey now, don't dream it's over. Hey now, when the world comes in, to build a wall between us, we know they won't win. Now I'm walking again to the beat of the drum, and I'm counting the steps to the door of your heart. Only shadows ahead, barely clearing the room. Get used to the feeling of liberation and release. Hey now, your dream is over. Hey now, when the world comes in, they come to build a wall between us. We know they won't win. Don't let them win. Don't let them
In the words of Bono, hey now, don't dream it's over. When the world comes in to build a wall between us, we know they won't win. Peace is a possibility, always, and right now. Believing that, though, is step one. Keep peace in mind everywhere you are, even when you don't see it, even when you see the opposite of it. You're not recognizing the unrest, you're recognizing the step towards peace. Let us embody what St. Francis declared. And he said, I am an instrument of divine peace. Where there is hatred, I shall sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. Divine love. I now declare that I shall not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that I receive, it is in pardoning that I am pardoned. And so I forgive all and allow all hate, fear, anger, disappointment, and victimhood to be released from my heart and die from my experience. As I reveal my eternal life of love, peace, honor, justice, respect, kindness, and grace. A powerful prayer. I rewrote it a little bit. You might notice, those who are familiar with St. Francis's prayer piece of prayer. But the power of it is immeasurable. And he wrote that how long ago? Hundreds and hundreds of years ago. Now, you probably won't be able to curb every idea that enters your head. And especially the negative ones that get in our way. But by watching your actions, and for me, watching my actions, watching my thoughts, character, my habits, we can always decide if any of those are going to make a home in our lives. Do you understand what I'm saying? We get to choose. If we make a mistake, we get to choose whether that was the last time or not that we make that mistake, whether it is in action or thought or feeling. So this week, I want to invite you, because I'm going to do it myself, to review all of these thoughts and feelings that have been going through our heads about what happened last week, about what's going to go on this week, about our lives, about our partners, about our jobs, about COVID, about everything. Let's review that and decide what of those we want to keep in our lives. So let us now review our affirmative incantation for this week, our twice daily reset to our factory settings that reveal the divinity within. So you ready? Steve will pop it up in a second. There it is. You can say it with me if you'd like, or just have a listen. And it is in the notes there on the Facebook Live section, and it was in the Friday newsletter, and you can find it there. And if you need to be a part of the newsletter, please send us an email, ntsc@newthoughtsc.org, and we'll get you on the mailing list. So here's our affirmative incantation for this week. Today, I begin to use the power within like I have never done before to experience the good that God is. I know who I am, an individualized force of the creative intelligence of all. I am empowered by the light and wisdom of the thing itself, spirit, source, divine intelligence. I follow that truth with the awareness that my thought is creative. Thoughts are things. And so I sow the seeds of my joyous life with these words today. I move now as an outlet for the universe to work with me, for me, by me, and through me, to make my life a living demonstration of its greatest example. So here I am, universe. Here I speak my words, spirit. Here I am using my mind, heart, soul, brain, and gut to talk to you, declare as you, reveal through you a life being lived fully with succulence, joy, grace, peace, and courage. I surround myself with love, kindness, wisdom, creativity, and vitality, nurturing my body, mind, and soul with goodness and laughter. Today, I feed my consciousness with the nutrition of divine love and sing out with success. And now, the song, What's So Funny About Peace, Love, and Understanding, an Elvis Costello song sung by the fabulous Barbara Altman. Let's watch. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Is there only
Oh my gosh, good morning. And if you can see my t-shirt, there's nothing wrong with a little peace, love, and coffee also. Well, as I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, I've been doing a lot of spiritual practice over the past few months and years. Reading daily, I try to read something spiritual, meditation, and a lot of treatment work. That's how I try to start my day every day. And maybe the most important spiritual practice is throughout the day, observing my thoughts, and just throwing those ones that don't serve me in the trash. Back during my ministerial studies, I was the lead of the peace ministry at another center, and I decided to call it World Peace is Now. And I like that name very much because every time somebody said it, World Peace is Now, it was an affirmation. And we were all about creating it, not waiting for it. And I had a website for a while, and I still have a Facebook page attached to my profile. If you go there, you can find the World Peace is Now Facebook page. And here's something from the old homepage. It said, "Together we will seed the universal mind, the seat of all knowledge, containing the entire history with a peaceful mind, until anything unlike it is uprooted and replaced with love." That was our mission, to seed the universal mind with love. And Ernest Holmes wrote, "Right thought constantly poured into consciousness will eventually purify it." And on that page, I had this proposition. It asked us, what if your thoughts have power? What if they are acted upon by a universal principle, a law that says yes? What if your thoughts through this law became a reality in your life? Would you choose your thoughts more carefully? What if your thoughts have the power to affect the world around you? What if your thoughts give others in the world an opportunity to choose life differently? Would you choose your thoughts more carefully? So what would happen if we chose to remove the what ifs in our thinking and read the above without the what ifs? Then we would see your thoughts have power. They're acted upon by a universal principle, a law that says yes. Your thoughts, through the law, become a reality in your life. Your thoughts have the power to affect the world around you. Your thoughts give others in the world an opportunity to choose life differently. I had these cards printed up, and I used to distribute them at the other center I was at. I think actually when we get back to Lancashire Boulevard for the New Thought Spiritual Center, maybe I should put some of these out there when we get back there. And I really look forward to seeing you all in person there. And typically, the meditation's on the inside of the card. And typically meditation is more about being still and listening and recharging our minds with central truths. But the World Peace meditation now is more of an active meditation. It's more about being still, aligning our minds with that powerful essence which is around and through us. And it's backed by the power of truth. Our inner intention of peace is released into the universal consciousness, adding to the accumulation of good. Let's just take a moment now to actually do the meditation. Just sit back, take a couple breaths. Center yourself. Maybe close your eyes if you'd like. And join me. There'll be a couple moments of silence in the middle as we progress to the end of the meditation. Within me is the presence of peace. Within me is the presence of harmony. Within me is the presence of love. I am one with it. As we come out of the silence, I am the presence of peace. I am the presence of harmony. I am the presence of love. I know it. I feel it. And I allow this truth within me to touch the world as I release it to the greater good. And so it is. Namaste. It's a wonderful practice that we can all do. And you can stay in that center part, that silent moment, for as long as it feels comfortable for you. Just connect to that inner essence of your being, knowing that that peace, that inner being is love, this peace is harmony. The embodiment of peace for the world can be undertaken anywhere, in any time, in any situation, anytime during the day. And when, and perhaps, especially when we find ourselves immersed in a situation that we perceive isn't centered in peace, let's take a moment to quietly remind ourselves that peace really is underlying everything, at the center of everything. In the center of every situation, it is sitting there waiting for us to take a moment, recognize it in our hearts, bring it into our minds, and let it out into the world through our words and actions, allowing it to come forth to transform our lives and our reaction to the situation, and even to shift. You'll notice as more people do this, if more people did this in the situation, that situation would be transformed immediately, and we would have, by choice, world peace is now. Thank you. Thank you for joining me in this morning. And now let's move into our conscious giving moment here at the center. I think Reverend Jay will be coming back to join me for that.
Thank you, Gary. I am staying in this moment, in this feeling, in this energy of peace as I speak to everyone about conscious giving. Stay centered, stay in this moment. I just want to remind you that conscious giving is an important part of not only our Sunday celebration, but keeping our vision alive here at the New Thought Spiritual Center. I'm going to show you very quickly a few ways you can consciously give of your treasure to help us promote our vision throughout the world. You can go to our website, newthoughtsc.org, and there's a donate button up in the right-hand corner. You can go to paypal.me/,
New Thought SC, and that will directly go to your PayPal account if you'd like. You can use Venmo. Our name is New Thought Spiritual Center. If you have the Givelify app, you can use that. And then, of course, you can always send in a check to our office, and the address is up there for you. All of those are the various ways you can give of your treasure to help us continue this vision of vibrating at the speed of the divine and showing and inspiring all how to do that. So let us take our hand and put it on our hearts and know this conscious giving prayer that divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless. It is evidence of my conviction that God is the source and substance of my supply. I joyously contribute to the vision of my spiritual center, knowing that it returns to me multiplied abundantly. If you have closed your eyes, please keep them closed as I bring back Reverend Gary to honor in prayer all of the love offerings that you are about to give.
Oh, thank you. Maintaining this deep, rich, vibrant connection, I recognize that right within me is that magnificent source of all life, all giving. It pours through from itself, through each of us to the world. And I know that we always are completely filled up with all the financial resources we need. And I just accept that for myself, and I accept that for every individual within that can hear my words this morning, that you are divinely sourced and that you have been filled up from within, and it overflows into the world. And I thank you for choosing our center as a place to show and demonstrate that through your gift today. Thank you so much. It is greatly appreciated, and so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, Gary. I also want to remind everyone that we are on social media. Please like us, follow us, subscribe to us, depending on where we are there on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We keep those things going every week and put something up pretty much daily, at least several times a week. And you can find me several times a week bringing you the affirmative incantation. I usually do it on my personal page on Facebook, the Jay Willick page, but it does get shared on the New Thought Spiritual Center page, as well as, if you follow that, the New Thought Guy page on Facebook. And it's just a reminder a few times a week to step into the affirmative incantation for the week, because these are powerful words that you can embody to bring the best experiences into your life. So in closing, I want to remind you that on January 30th, we begin the 64-day season for nonviolence. And that is an educational and grassroots campaign dedicated to the legacy of Mahatma Gandhi, as well as Dr. Martin Luther King, who we celebrate here in the United States tomorrow. Both of them believed in the power of truth and possibility, and that a person of conscience could awaken others by refusing to go along with existing injustice, whatever that looks like, wherever that is, and by pointing out more just and workable alternatives. That's what we focus on. We focus on just and workable alternatives to whatever is not working any longer in our nation, in ourselves, and in our world. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. applied Gandhian principles in the movement for civil rights, and we want to bring those ideas and those principles not only in our life, but the life of our country and our world. I want to remind you that Nikola Tesla told us that if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. The vibration of the divine
that is what we want to put out. The frequency of love, that's what we want to put out. The energy of peace, that is what we want to exude and take action with. Peace begins within, my friends, and radiates outward. Peace in the land starts with the individual, and there is no peace in the nation without peace in each of our hearts. So I want to remind you and remind you to remind others to get into the wave of peace. I know a lot of things are going on, and we need to weep about them a little bit, rage about them maybe a little bit, if we must. But keep that at home. Keep the weeping and the raging to a minimum. Like I say, 90 seconds maybe. But then breathe. Breathe and plug in and nourish, and then sing. Sing to peace. Sing so that we give peace a chance to lock in. Thank you all for joining me. I want to thank Steve Apperson, who is directing our broadcast this morning, and he had a lot of buttons to push this morning. So thank you for keeping up and keeping our broadcast fun and moving and alive. I want to thank Reverend Gary and Reverend Barbara Altman for their consciousness, their wisdom, their talents, their thoughts, and I want to thank you all for joining us and stepping into your peace of mind, your peace in your hearts, and thus the peace of our planet, the peace of our planet. Blessings to you all. Blessings to everyone in your heart, everyone in your neighborhood. Blessings to all. And God bless America. Namaste.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans wide with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.